Yeah, what of it?
If you've ever wondered why we can't solve the world hunger crisis just by milking whales, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Yeah, What of It podcast. I'm Harry, and I am joined by my amazing co-hosts.
As always, it's Kehan.
And it's your boy Jake.
Ooh, it's been a couple of weeks since we've done one of these.
Quick one on your intro. Whale's milk comes out almost as like feta cheese. Just want to make
That's
sure
alright.
that is known.
You waited an hour. He was like, it's your co-hosts. And then, even though we pre-planned that you'd be second, you still waited fucking ages.
I was thinking about the feta, the whale feta.
I'm not even gonna lie. I genuinely was. Yeah, whale milk comes out like hella thick, and I'm not gonna lie and say that's not on my bucket list. Is to try whale milk.
I didn't realise... Oh! I've Googled it.
You Googled the whale milk.
Yeah, I've Googled it. The texture of whale milk is similar to toothpaste.
Yeah, it comes out hella thick.
Oh, it's because it's 35 to 50% fat.
Well, I suppose also it's got to not like just dissipate in the water. It's got to stay solid-ish.
I was literally just reading a sentence that says, this consistency allows the milk to pass through water. Just as you said that.
I'm a fucking scientist, me.
Oh, that's got to taste so good, whale milk.
Has anyone ever drank whale
camel's
milk? Whale's milk.
Surely someone has drank whale milk.
It's not used for human consumption, but that doesn't answer my question of has anyone drank it, Google.
A lady sucked off an orca. I'm pretty sure they've drank whale milk.
Sorry, what?
The lady who like tossed off an orca, she started getting into a sexual relationship with it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
That was a dolphin, wasn't it?
No, the lady did it with an orca.
Why do people keep doing this?
Because they're mammals and they get me.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna wank off a fucking platypus, am I?
Have you?
That sounds like the language of quitters.
Have you ever heard the story of the guy who was trying to... I think he was trying to teach dolphins to cohabitate with humans and like trying to teach them language and stuff. And how he did it was he had a house and he partially flooded it so he could live with the dolphins. But this was taking up a lot of his time, so he hired an assistant. And she lived in the house with him pretty much all the time and these dolphins. And long story short, she started... the male dolphin that was living there realised that he could get sexual gratification from the handlers if he refused to do any tests. So he would refuse to do tests until she wanked him off, effectively. And this went on for months without anyone knowing. And then it was like someone came over to do some sort of review of what was going on. And I swear she just like did it out of instinct. And the guy was like, oh my God. And that's how they got found out.
I'm ashamed to say she was definitely white as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
She's got zero melanin.
Anyway, how have your multiple weeks been?
Oh,
I'll let you go first, Jake.
Yeah, sick. So I've got a new setup in the living room. I've got my pimp couches.
Yeah, you
Dark
do.
green leather with 2 armchairs. Now I'm already dreading this because my mother-in-law to be said, "Oh, I'll come over and I'll check out your couches," and I was like, "Sick." But I've claimed one armchair. It's my armchair. It's like every dad in every sitcom ever. He's got an armchair. I've claimed it. It's mine, right? I know for a fact, without even telling her, she's gonna come in and she's gonna try sidestep me and sit in my chair.
Yeah.
I
She got those chair
So I'm gonna-
stealing vibes.
I'm gonna have to moonwalk. It's nice to see you. Give her a hug and then moonwalk backwards from my door and just sit in my chair.
I reckon, right, because your chair kind of has that vibe to it, you could get away with, in aeroplane seats, they got that little bit of fabric thing that hangs from like the head that comes down. And it's usually, yours is, you could probably get one that's stylized, so it's like roughly the same green. It's got a nice little frill on the edge to it, kind of manly still, but it just has something that implies that it's yours, so it can't be mistaken. Oh, I didn't see that. No, you see that when you sit down.
Just
get
in
your-
gold lettering.
Get your face embroidered on it.
Get your face embroidered
Like
on
my
there.
side profile, like the queen on a coin, and then it's underneath Jake's fucking chair. So there's no
There's no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. It's your chair.
I come down, someone sat there like, what did you think that meant? Can you read, Kehan?
Follow that.
Yeah.
Nothing's really happened in my week up until about, I don't know, an hour until I was about to leave work. So, you might not know this, but any good self-respecting company at least once a year runs a sort of like a security check on everyone in the company, right? So
What?
usually it's like a phishing email or something like that we will send out, and it provides them with data of like who clicked it, what did they do with the email and whatnot. So our test was today, so we sent this out to everyone in the UK, right? So obviously you had some of the smart people who obviously didn't click on it and whatnot, and obviously if you do click on it, it automatically enrolls you into training. They have to complete. And throughout the years, I've seen some glorious things. I remember, I think before today, the funniest one I ever seen was someone had clicked on the thing so many times it literally filled a page. This was oh geez, when was this? It was at the lawyer firm. Someone had clicked on it so many times that they sent us an email saying that the link that they received doesn't work. And I always thought nothing could top that until today. This person has clicked on the email, right? Has clicked on the phishing email, has then received an email that they have to complete training because they clicked on the email, and sent us an email going, "This looks suspicious." The email telling them they clicked on the suspicious link. They were like, "Oh, I think this is suspicious. Can you have a look at it, please?" And literally, we were just all sending it to each other in the room, laughing at it because it was beyond crazy. But then, it got worse because. So that happened. That was at like, I don't know, about 3:30. At 4:00, we get an email that our major competitor they had a breach or whatever. And at that time, I was helping this person like literally in front of me deal with some other issue. And then I literally left them alone for 2 seconds. Right, come back to them. They're like, "Oh, I got this email. I just clicked on this link. It's not working." And I was like, I looked at him, I was like, that's a phishing email. That's it's like the test and whatnot, right? And I was like, it's cool. Just shut it down, report the email. You'll be fine. You'll just have to do some training. Less than 5 minutes later, I get a notification that no, that was an actual phishing email. It was an actual phishing attack that came out to the company, and I was like, oh, fuck.
That's
So we
unlucky.
have this list. Yeah, what are the chances that while we're doing a test, an actual one comes out and happens? So
That's
then we
probably
had
the best time to do it.
We had a whole list of people because we got lucky. Obviously, we have a robust security, so it stopped it from actually doing anything. But we just had a list of people who clicked on it. You could just see how many people have clicked on it multiple times, which is quite funny. So that's a bit of stress to add to your last half an hour at work when you just want to fucking go home and have a nap.
Love it.
Well, that's a bit fucking weird.
Quick news story.
Oh yeah,
It's only,
Harry's news.
only a small one. Do you remember we talked about a little while ago people lengthening themselves?
Oh yeah.
With shin lengthening.
I was gonna send you guys one. Is it that guy that went from 5'9" to 6 foot, and now he's getting more views from women?
No.
Oh no. Okay.
Headline is: Man spends £86,000 to become 7 inches taller after looking like huge thumb.
Huge thumb.
Yes. So Brian Sanchez
Oh,
from
God.
Georgia, who was already 6 foot, right? But he's a
Jesus.
bodybuilder, and he thought that because his torso was so large and his legs short, he looked stubby and like a thumb. So he decided to go hardcore and get himself 7 inches taller. Like, from what I remember, usually it's only like 2 or 3, but he went in the full 7.
Damn, son.
So yeah, they snapped
that
his.
is a lot of leg. Yeah.
They snapped his tibia and his fibula, put a rod inside of the bone, and then fastened it all together with screws. And then in March, he then had another procedure to actually extend the femur. So I'm not sure what the first one was to do. I'm presuming just to put the pole in.
Yeah.
He just wants to be a bit taller, but like he's massive now. So now he looks like a giant.
Yeah, but at what cost? You look like it's on the same order as I laugh at people who get fucking, first of all, hair transplants, right? Because you're losing the fight, and it's not a permanent solution. I found out you have to like keep doing it periodically. I think it's like every 5-10 years or something like that. But then there's the other. Yeah, but then there's the other one that's becoming popular. Is getting a hair transplant for a beard. I mean, like,
oh, that's weird.
I can't grow a beard for shit. But that thought, that thought is like not even crossed my mind. Going, oh yeah, I'll just get a beard transplant. And that could be cool. Nah, I'd feel like it's cheating. It is the equivalent of taking roids.
I see nothing wrong with taking roids.
Everything's taking roids. That's just cheating.
It's not cheating. You still got to work out. You can't inject roids and then get massive just by sitting.
Yeah.
You've got to put in the work.
I get you got to put in the work, but you don't have to put in as much work as a natural person. It's like using an aimbot on fucking Overwatch.
No, that's not how they work.
You still got to fucking move your character around, but you don't have to put in as much work.
No, that's not how roids work.
You try to tell me. Yeah, I know that's not how roids. Right. If you put in this select amount of work with no roids, you're gonna look like this, right? But if you put that same amount of work in with roids, you're gonna look beefier than the person who fucking didn't have the you didn't have the roids.
Roids,
it's cheating.
You go harder for longer. You still have to put extra time in.
But it's cheating, Jake.
Nah, you're just
It's
pussy.
cheating.
Take roids.
Nah,
Take roids. Get a beard
roids is
transplant.
cheating.
Become a
Roids
Trav.
is cheating. No. all them people, can't. Yeah, that's right.
I know some
Wayne
really
Rooney's
lovely
a
roid.
cunt.
I know some roid taking people who are nice.
Yeah, they can be nice as they want. You cheated. What do you mean?
The thing is, if you look like a thumb, it doesn't matter how many steroids or beard transplants you have, you're still gonna look like a thumb on the inside.
Oh, you'd look like a thumb, just a beefy thumb or a furry thumb.
A furry thumb.
Every time you say thumb, I just keep thinking of the thumbs from Spy Kids.
You know what? I was
Thumbs.
just about to say to you, the guy in question who had all this surgery, he describes himself as looking like a thumb from Spy Kids. That's exactly what he said. He said, I was beginning to think I looked like the thumb creatures from Spy Kids.
It's just, what are you doing? You're losing. You're cheating. You're trying to pull a Fugazi. It's like that DC Young Fly's wife just died recently while she was having a cosmetic surgery. Her heart just couldn't take it and went, nah, see you later. For what?
Yeah.
And they're titling it a mommy makeover. Fuck off, right? Well, what's the point? You're just leaving 3 kids behind because you just didn't want to work for it or didn't want to do something, and you just fucked it up.
Didn't want to work for it. You get a nice bacon. Get your beach bod out.
Nah, but it's all I don't have a beach bod, but I ain't gonna cheat to fucking lie this thing away. There's all these man going Turkey, getting these teeth that look like fucking piano keys. Are you trying to fool? You can spot them from a mile away. You trying to tell me these motherfuckers with fucking piano teeth? You can't see them. You can't see them from a mile away when they turn round, looking like some fucking greased up dickhead. What do you mean? Then you fuck up your teeth, and then you have all these stories. Then you have all these stories coming out. People going, "Ooh, I had a terrible experience. Here's my story." Or like the ones where these Brazilian butt lifts and then they fucking die. Oh, I never saw that one coming. What do you mean, bruv? What do you mean?
Why did you not have this for Die on a Hill? You went, oh, Oreos. when you've got untapped rage for anyone who's had any form of altercations in their body.
I'm
No,
crying.
I think no, because like the altercations are fine for like people like you like. There's this one I've been watching this thing on TikTok of this guy who had his face blown off or whatever, right? And he had like reconstructive things, so he looked a bit more normal. Cool, that is benefiting you positively. All these ones that go, oh, I'm doing it for me. It's for my mental health that I need this fucking Brazilian butt lift. Shut the fuck up. You're trying to look like some Instagram ting, thinking you're bad out there. What do you mean?
Kehan, what is your news story
Okay.
then?
I'll let Jake go first because I
Okay.
got quite a few.
So I've got a work emergency
few
text
quick
on me, so I'm
ones.
going to ignore that. So I've got a quick one just to ask your opinion, and then I've got my adventure with AI.
Okay.
So the quick one is, we all have a good gadget. You know, we like to see the new tech, the new things that are coming out. Have you guys seen the Dyson Zone?
No, but I like the name.
No.
You've not seen the Dyson Zone. For our listeners out there, the Dyson Zone is obviously come to you from the Hoover Company. It's like a pair of headphones. The ear covers are fucking mahoosive. They look like a saucer. If you didn't want to just have saucers over your ears, you can strap a bit that goes over your nose and your mouth, and is for air purification. It lasts up to 4 hours with audio, with purification and audio, and up to 50 hours with just the audio. There's also on and off sensors. They tested it on a weird gimpy-looking robot. Fuck's sake. I have to dip, guys, because work has texted me and there's a big old issue.
Ah, that's right. Do you mind if
I'm
we
not
keep
even
going?
joking. Yeah, no, you keep going.
Fucking
Fuck
7:30. What do you mean?
I know,
bro?
it's a piss take. I'll catch you in a bit.
No worries, man.
Alright.
Right, peace.
You know what?
Hi, fucking people. It's now just a me and Harry podcast.
It's just us. You know what though? With this Dyson Zone, I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
And to be perfectly honest, I don't mind the look of it.
Really?
I think it
You
looks
look
kind
like
of
a
cool and
fool.
sci-fi. I don't like the purple. I'll be honest. The purple's not for me.
Well, that's Dyson's color, though, isn't it? I'm sure.
probably.
Yeah, purple's the color. But
But if it's black,
here's-
would it look better?
no.
What's your news story for this week?
I got a handful because I saw so many interesting things.
Well, you know what we could do? We could really go into these, me and you,
Yeah,
as Jake's not here, and then just skip the question for next week.
whichever one.
Yeah, let's do that. I feel bad doing like the main bit without him.
Right. Oh shit. Where's the new page go? Right. This is the first one because I remember I wanted to speak about this last time we did a long one, but I forgot. I read the title and it said Starbucks launches olive oil coffee.
Okay.
I don't know how olive oil is incorporated. I'm fairly certain from what I saw, it was just like, yeah, make the normal coffee and then you dabble a bit of this artisanal olive oil into it. And when I first read that, I was like, you give olive oil to you have usually like a teaspoon or two of olive oil to help with like constipation.
Okay.
And coffee is also known
Yeah, that's a
for
laxative.
constipation. Yeah, and it turns out people are shitting themselves
Well, I wouldn't have guessed.
from drinking this coffee. But obviously, most people who, and I know this is a generalization, but most people who go to Costa are not too smart, so they were well confused where they were just shitting themselves.
No way. Oh, they're calling it the Oleato?
Oh god! So it's olive oil, so it's doubly worse because olive oil's yeah. But yeah, so just a string
Oh.
of people all shitting themselves, confused on why it's happening.
The Independent's put out an article titled "Starbucks olive oil infused drink sent people running to loo."
Yeah, and then I saw the news stories, and I was like, I was right. People are just gonna continue, are just gonna continue crapping themselves because of this olive oil coffee.
Oh man, it's apparently all the comments are just like, there's someone with irritable bowel disease who's like, I would not touch this with a 10-foot pole.
Oh yeah, if you had IBS, that's like super doubly worse for you.
They've commented making coffee using your digestive system as the coffee machine.
That sounds awful.
What's your other
Right,
one?
next one I got was pigeons cleverer. Oh, they used the word cleverer. Pigeons cleverer than artificial intelligence. The pigeon is brainier than artificial intelligence. According to a new study, researchers gave pigeons this makes no sense. Give pigeons complex tests that test high-level thinking, such as logic and reasoning. And it turns out the AI couldn't solve it, but the birds could.
AI really doesn't come as far as we think it has.
I don't know. I feel like the AIs we the general public is given is not the good stuff. They're still keeping the good stuff behind doors. Because I don't know if you heard that story. Was it the US? Yeah, the US government were. They ran a simulation where an AI was controlling a drone. And they program it to go, that's the enemy, you shoot down enemies, right? So they ran the first test, they shot down the first drone, the enemy drone. They were like, cool, test successful. Next test, there's 2 enemy drones, and they told it, shoot down one, and then shoot down the other. So then they said shoot down one, don't shoot down the other. So it went up, it shot down the first, they gave it the signal to not engage the second one, and it then tried to kill the operator. It went, but the program is to kill. Let me kill the operator. So they cut the test short. Then on the third one, they put the thing in to not kill the operator. So it shot down the first one. They gave it the command to not shoot down the second one, but it also knew it couldn't kill the operator. So it shot out the communication tower.
Fuck's sake.
So they got the good AI. We got AI light. I'm fairly certain they've just given us.
We've got the weird like B movie.
We got the shitty AI.
Yeah.
I got 2 more, and they might be might be controversial. They're controversial to me.
I've got 2 spooky ones. Once you're done as well.
Yeah. First one. Is scientists have ruled that Jaffa cakes and not digestives are the most dunkable biscuit.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna start a fight.
How do you feel about that?
Number 1, why are you dunking a Jaffa cake, you fucking psychopath? Like, I have never looked at a Jaffa cake, looked at my coffee and gone, you know what? And then given it a little soak. I've never done that with a Jaffa cake, because why would you? The chocolate will melt, right? And then there's the orange shit inside of it. That will all go in your coffee, and it's just going to blob there like fucking jizz in the sea.
The chocolate melting's not that much of an issue, because
the chocolate's fine.
You dunk chocolate digestive.
It's the orange jelly.
I
don't want that bobbing around in my coffee, waving up at me. To be frank.
Actually, true, because if you drop a digestive in, it's not that bad. You just get a little bit of mush at the end. Whereas I feel like if you drop a Jaffa cake, it's gonna look real shit at the end of it.
I don't know what happens to the cake bit of it. By the way, Jaffa cake, not Jaffa fucking biscuit. I don't know what happens to the cake if you leave it under a coffee for too long. Does it goo? Does it separate? What happens?
Oh,
does it float? I'm presuming it doesn't float, but I don't know. I've never done it. I'm not fucking mental.
That's actually a good question. I reckon it will go into like a kind of paste.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Rather than when if you drop a digestive in there, you still there's no semblance of what it is. But a cake would definitely go into like wallpaper paste.
Yeah.
Obviously not as sticky.
Well, to be fair, I think it might probably taste pretty close to that wallpaper paste. Because you're not supposed to dunk a Jaffa cake, because it's not a fucking biscuit. It's a cake. It's called a Jaffa cake, not a Jaffa biscuit.
Keep the anger, because the next...
Wait. Hang on. Is a Jaffa cake... literally, first result, cake or biscuit?
It's a cake.
It's a cake, yes. This has been taken to court. This was taken to court, and they decided that it was a cake and not a biscuit.
Why was it taken to court? Who's taking Jaffa Cake to court?
It was a court battle between McVitie's and Her Majesty's Customs and Excise. And McVitie's baked a giant Jaffa Cake to prove that they are biscuits and not cakes. It was long and a costly dispute, but McVitie's finally tasted sweet success, and Jaffa Cakes were finally recognised as chocolate-covered cakes. I don't know the story behind it, and I think it's quite in depth, and I don't have time. But
it sounds like a tax reason.
Legally, cake.
Legally cake, yes, definitely for a tax reason. There probably is a cheaper tax on cake than biscuits.
Probably something to do with sugar.
This next one. 1 in 10 dunk sausage rolls in their tea.
I'm going to fucking kill myself.
So it says 1 in 10 people said they dunk sausage rolls in their cups of tea, according to a study that has caused much upset for the Daily Star.
How many? 1 in 10.
1 in 10. The tabloid denounced the practice as a heinous habit and said another 4% of wrong'uns dip their sandwich in their hot beverages.
Ugh! Oh my god. What? The thing with that, the issue I have with the sandwich one is the sausage roll, you know what's in it. It's pastry and sausage. With a sandwich, that could be any filling that you are dunking. You could have coronation chicken and you're dunking that in your coffee. And then they just chomp away, drink it? What do they do? They might as well just fucking blend it at this point.
Mayonnaise I feel like mayonnaise and coffee isn't that great. I'm not gonna lie, when I first read that title and I saw the sandwich bit, I thought I only eat one sandwich when I go to work, and that's an all-day breakfast, and I wouldn't be too upset dunking that in. I'm not gonna do it, but I wouldn't be too upset.
It sounded like you just fucking threw up.
No, I burped. I'm currently drinking an energy drink at the same time. But I couldn't do a sausage roll. A sausage roll's flavour just in my head does not fit with a coffee.
The thing is,
it shouldn't go together.
I'm going to level with you here. I don't like sausage rolls. My reasoning behind it is not so much for the sausage and the roll, it's the pastry that it's made with. I don't like crumbly pastry. It's my little like autismo moment coming out there.
What?
I don't like getting my hands dirty. It really bothers me.
You don't get your hands dirty.
But
just
you do.
Keep it in the packet.
It crumbs.
No. Yeah, but you just keep it in the packet. You don't have to be a child and take the whole pastry.
Yeah, I don't. But I still get crumb on.
Yeah, but not on your hands.
Well, I do sometimes. It's just like, okay, you know what? You go to Greg's, yeah. For those who don't know, because we've got some listener in Norway apparently. I don't know if there's a Greg's over there.
Big up Norway.
Big up Norway. Greg's is a bakery sort of thing over in the UK, and they sell like cakes and sausage rolls, pizzas, steak bakes, that sort of stuff. Anyway, go to work. Colleague of mine, funnily enough, same name. He gets a sausage roll, right? I get a pizza. My desk, nice and clean. His is a fucking state. It looks like a bomb's gone off. He's not. He's older than us.
Exactly.
He's a proper man.
Like a child.
Not that I'm saying we're not proper men, but
I'm not going to disagree and say that eating a puff pastry is clean, but it does take skill to not get the shit all over you. It's like eating a flake. I'm perfectly capable of eating a flake without bits of chocolate being everywhere.
Flakes are fun, though. The thing with a flake is
it's the same concept.
You usually have a flake in a 99 ice cream, Mr. Whippy, and if that crumbles, you just got like extra sprinkle over your thing.
Extra sprinkle. Yeah, but I don't like ice cream, so I don't usually have a 99. I'll just buy a flake because I want to eat a flake. And it's the same thing with a puff pastry. Okay, you don't like puff pastry, but what about puff pastry that's like not a Greg's? So say, for example, you go to a pub and there's like a steak and kidney pie.
I don't like pies because of the pastry.
What do you mean? Oh! You don't like pie?
Okay, if the pastry stays together and it's nice, it's stodgy, and is in one piece, like cake, right?
No.
I don't like Colin the Caterpillar cakes. They make me deeply unhappy. because they just like crumble. But if you get me a cake that's just wet, like cement, but in cake form, I will gobble that shit up.
Oh,
I love stodgy,
how?
solid products.
I feel like you've just not been exposed to good pay. I will do illegal things to a steak and kidney pie. Anywhere I go, if I go to a pub and there's a steak and kidney pie on that menu, I'm ordering it. Pie's just it's so good. It's so good.
When we go to Loch Ness, we'll go to a pub or something like a proper. I don't want to say like a Green King, but
pub.
Pub food and that, and
Yeah.
we'll get a pie, and I'll try a pie up in Loch Ness.
You've tuned into Harry's Mystery Segment.
I've got two spooky ones. Two spooky news things for us to finish on. I'll go with this one first. Number one, 19-year-old woman claims an evil spirit made her pregnant. A woman who hails from Colombia claims that she's become pregnant despite never being with a man. So she says that she was having she started having strange dreams and a feeling of a supernatural presence in her bedroom at night. And this happened for quite a while. And then she missed her period, went to go see the gynecologist, and he confirmed that she was indeed with child. And she continuously denies never being with a man. However, one comment underneath this article says, "I bet it was her father or sibling, and that's why she won't name the father."
Oh God! Or maybe it might be Christ's second coming, because
a lot of the comments say that.
Do they?
I wonder if her kid will be able to walk on water. ...
Turn water into wine.
Yeah. Oh, what a legend. And then the second one I've got. Strange man barges into family's home while claiming to be a ghost. So this happened in, believe it or not, Florida. What a surprise.
Right, okay, so it was a Florida man. Great.
It was a Florida man, effectively. So this dad was having dinner with his two teenage daughters, and there was a knock at the door. So his dad gets up to go see who it is, and obviously he goes from the dining room. He has to pass the living room to get to the front door. And as he's passing the living room, he noticed a man stood in a bathing suit, just in his lounge. They don't say what type of bathing suit. He says bathing suit, so I'm presuming like an old-timey 1950s, like plasticky,
with the
stripes and he said he walked in and he said to the guy, "What are you doing in my home?" And the guy said, he explained to the house owner that he was in fact a ghost and shouldn't be able to see him. And the father said that the guy was like shaken that he could be seen. And the guy was like, "You've got to leave." And with that, he said to the homeowner that he was going to make the homeowner's truck his house, and then exited the home. And the guy who owned the truck and the house said, No. You can't be here. You can't live here. And then it took the father and a load of the father's friends to coax the guy out of the truck. And once he got out of the truck, apparently he just fucking shot away. And there's an ongoing
get in the truck?
I don't know. It just says that he got in the truck and locked himself in.
So, okay.
Yeah.
And they're still hunting for the... Right. I feel like this is where science is not going far enough. We need to be studying the minds of people like this. Because there was that other Florida man who covered him... He read in a scientific journal, or a sciencey thing, that if you cover yourself in lemon juice, you can then be invisible. So he tried to
Right.
rob a person's house, and where the only problem is, I don't know if you know this, but shit, what liquid is it? I can't remember what liquid. It might be semen. Is if you write, I'm gonna say semen with an asterisk here because I can't remember the liquid. I'm fairly certain it is in. Oh no, it's not fucking semen. What is it? It's basically an old spy
Whale
technique
milk?
where you could be. It's an old spy technique where you write in this liquid, and then you like give the note to your other spy mate, and then you pour lemon juice on it and you put it up to a light, and it has a chemical reaction, so you can
shit.
see the words.
I know what you
But
mean.
he thought if you put the lemon on yourself, and now we need to find out what's happening in these people's head. What compels you to go? They can't see me. I am a ghost.
And the thing
Let
is-
me just walk into the house.
There's an unusual amount of people in Florida that do this weird shit.
No,
So what's
no,
happening in Florida
yeah.
that produces so many Florida men? I've got one more spooky one to end
Yep.
it. This isn't a funny one. Whistleblower. US recovered vehicles of non-human origins. So, what has happened is my fiance actually alerted me to this morning. And someone who previously worked for the US intelligence agencies, one of them, I'm not sure
Yeah.
which, has come out and said that vehicles of exotic origin, is how he has described it, has been picked up by the US government, the Navy, the US Navy, and other US, military things, and they're not sharing them with each other, and they think that they don't know that the other one's got something. So each, I don't know what you want to call them.
Well, they're like crashed UFOs. Is
Well,
that what they're trying to say?
He
When they
claims
say
that some
vehicle?
of them are intact and okay, and some of them are fucked, effectively. And,
So it's like a Roswell incident that they're
Yes.
not telling us.
and these exotic
Right.
origin vehicles possess what he calls unique atomic arrangements or radiological signatures. I'm doing air quotes with my fingers, but
Big air quotes. Big air quotes.
I don't know. I don't know how credible he is.
Here's the thing, though. I'm inclined to believe it because
Yeah.
they're definitely hiding something. The fact that they only just told us about Area 51, and I still believe that Area 51 is just
Well,
a
like a
front.
cover up.
Yeah,
Like there's
I
actually an Area
reckon-
52.
Yeah, they're like put all the security around this like base in the middle of the desert when the real thing's probably happening in the fucking Amazon or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like, if we pretend this is the high security place, it will keep people intrigued when in real fact it's somewhere else chilling where they're keeping the real stuff.
Florida.
The kingdom of Florida is protected by Florida men. That's it.
Yeah. The Men in Black didn't work out, so now they use Florida men.
They use Florida men. they put in something in the water that continuously makes crazy Florida men, so that people go, ooh, maybe let's not go to Florida.
Yeah. Oh,
But
that'd
they're
be
saying that Disneyland's there though. Maybe it's built on Disneyland.
built on Disneyland. Yeah, that would be
built-
that'd be a
it's
big
built-
brain. And then you could use the sound of all the roller coasters and all the kids screaming to cover up the noise of UFOs.
Cover these experiments.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
we're cracking the code, people.
we've done
If
it.
we're not alive next week, you know why.
Yeah. Oh, I can hear the Florida men coming up the stairs.
I can hear the Florida men coming. They think they can't. They think we can't see them because they're ghosts, but we can definitely see them.
Yeah,
still.
they've got their swimming costumes on, but I can see them. So we're not going to do a question this week, as Jake's had to leave us early. We don't want to do it without him. But we're going to spin for next week. So we are spinning the wheel. Oh, we've landed on 51, which is what has happened to the people in Peppa Pig's world.
Okay. Yep. Cool.
Before we go, please remember to subscribe or follow us. We are available to listen to on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, where we post updates and teasers for upcoming episodes. If you'd like to get in touch with us to give us some feedback or submit a question, visit our website, which is down in the description, or email us at YWOI@gmail.com, or drop us a message on our socials. Thank you again for listening, and remember to subscribe and share with your friends. Well, that's been that. Different episode for you this week. Just me and Kehan. But join us next time, where we'll be answering questions about Peppa Pig. I'm sure we'll have more weird news. And who knows, maybe UFOs have invaded by then. And we've got loads of weird technology, and I'm having a little meltdown. As always, I've been your host, Harry.
Kehan. I'll do Jake's voice.
Let's just do it together, like a cult. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Jake.
Yeah, what of it?
No matter how much trimming of the bush I do, I can't make a nipple-sized dick look massive, can I?